Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, Donna Jean. That's possible, but going by his past behaviors and how passive aggressive he is, and how he's petty. Well, I don't use the word petty, but he is how petty he is. Yeah, that's a concern. And just to also think of it like this, right? Most presidents, when they are leaving the house, right, when they have done their full terms, what usually happens the last 4 or 5 months? They do whatever the fuck they want to do. Usually, though, they do things that they wanted when they came into office, but they couldn't do due to politics. Like maybe even stuff that they wanted to get done, but their party wouldn't allow them to. Like Obama, like the last couple of months that he was in office, he let a lot of people out of jail. He signed a lot of executive orders. Like he did a whole bunch of shit because basically like they really couldn't do anything, and he didn't have to worry about making any mistakes or pissing anybody off that would come back and hurt him if he tried to run again. He didn't want to fuck up his supporters, let alone the other partisan party, because they still have to vote. But when you're not going to be the president again, you kind of do whatever you want to do. Even George Bush, he was the one that signed into he was the one that the income tax check that you guys get. I don't get income tax checks, but the income tax that you get, the second one, isn't that like a second check that a lot of people get after the first one? It comes like in the middle of the summer or like 4 months later. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Because I know a lot of people who get that check. Well, anyway, that didn't always happen. George Bush signed that in at the end of his term. So basically what I was saying is, Donna Jean, what you're saying, that'll be like the reverse effect of what happens when you've served your full term, so you can do whatever you want to do. So if you're getting kicked out of the house earlier, you're possibly about to get kicked out, then you probably are going to do whatever you want to do, but in a passive way. Oh, my stream didn't cut off. Are y'all still in here? Y'all still in here? Okay. That was me. I need to reset. Oh, my bad. Oh, wait. Let me refresh. Child. Hold on. George Bush signed that. Oh, there y'all go. Okay. The hell? All right. So, like I said, I'm going to the rebate check. Yeah, it's a two. Some people get it. You probably don't get it, Aurora. But some people, they qualify for a second check. So some people, I know some people get them both at one time, but there's a second check that a lot of people get. I don't know how you qualify, because I don't even get a regular income tax. I have to pay extra. Okay, that's a long story, but I don't get income tax checks. But whatever. So yeah, some people know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let me go and read the article for you guys, because like I said, I just found out and I hopped online because I wanted to react and read it in real time, and suck it in. But I don't like it though. It does make me really nervous about the economy and everything else, just because a lot of people are like, yes, he's, but if you're thinking like that, it's because you really don't understand the whole system and the whole mechanic behind, governing the country and everything about politics. But it's not a good thing to have a president. First off, we really don't have presidents that don't finish 2 terms, okay? It just isn't. It isn't practical for the country, and it just isn't a good sign to be able to base, like, how do I say this? What I like talking in circles, like Wall Street and all these other, America's a big marketplace with trading and everything. And the way that they do a lot of these deals is based off of how they think the direction of the economy is going to go, how they think the country's going to go. That's why when Donald Trump won the election, the next day all the stocks and stuff shot up, because they just like assumed, oh, he's a businessman. And then, like, don't get it wrong, the economy's already doing good, okay? Obama fixed the economy, so don't get it twisted. However, when Trump came in, a lot of people were, they put a lot of bets on him as far as the direction that the economy was going to go in, because they just assumed, because he was a business owner, that things would get better. And they did, but they were already on track to get better. He inherited a good economy. And you don't fix an economy in 2.5 years, okay? He has barely scratched the surface. To be honest, you really have to have 2 terms to kind of finish out your agenda. So, and most of the time, if you don't die in your first, term in office, then you're gonna serve a second term. Even if you're not the most favorite president, Americans feel more comfortable, knowing what they're gonna get. Okay, because we just now got used to the 45th president, and we kind of know what to expect from him. So to have to go through all this shit again because we don't know who would replace him, and to be honest, a lot of people, they just assume or they just want a Democrat in office because they think like Democrats just seem like nicer and friendlier, but it's not, you guys. You have to understand that Democrats, that's all just to put people at ease and to put people at ease from thinking, okay? Because a lot of Democrats, they really don't know the whole, like I said, mechanics of of politics. And that's not saying that they're dumb or anything like that, but they mostly, the voters mostly focus on, single issues or social issues and things like that. When, yeah, we don't want racism and we do want, a better social climate and things, but that doesn't run. Love and peace does not run the fucking country. It's not what keeps us at top. It's not what keeps us safe. None of that shit. Okay. Especially in 2020 and 2019. Yes, we have an immigration problem. Yes, we have, even more of a domestic terror problem, a foreign terror problem, a fucking digital warfare, all that shit. So focusing on social issues, we're always going to have those. And it's never going to be perfect. So during this time, we do need more of a offensive ran government more than a reactive defensive government, if you know what I'm saying. Where's goddamn can't think of her name. Anyway, let's go to the article and we'll talk after the article. Let me go to the article. And yes, the vice president is no fucking better. Let's get to this article. I'm about to get to the article right now. Like I said, I haven't read it yet or anything. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we're about to get to it right now. And then I'm going to go to other sources and stuff. I don't just read CNN and stuff. However, I need to read everything so I can come to my conclusion. Because Fox is going to spin it and make it seem like it's not a big deal. We still have to wait until the Senate weighs in. But even, it's still a big fucking deal. This doesn't happen a lot, okay? It doesn't. And Bill was impeached, but they didn't remove him from office. So he still finished his term. This nigga right here is probably going to get dragged at the fucking White House. And if there's more of a chance that he is, then there's more of a fear to worry about what direction the economy is going to go in. We already are in like we're in the middle of a trade deal with China that still has not been lifted yet. Okay, that's why fucking soybeans and all these farmers are starting to go left. It could have a big impact on our country, y'all. Like, a lot of people don't realize shit until it happens, but this is not a good thing. It just isn't, okay? It isn't. And we do have, what am I trying to say? My brain's all over the place. The Magna Carta. I didn't want to say that, but basically, you can't be too fucking scared of the president when you guys are worried about Donald Trump, because our government is not ran by, like, there's not just one person. There's so many safeguards in place to where the president is not, like, he can only do so much, okay? He can only do so much. They would kill him before, like, some shit that happened in Venezuela. I'll talk about it later. Let's just get into this article. Okay. Let's see if there's... I was going to play the clip, but CNN, they will strike my shit with a hammer. And the way they strike, my channel is just going to get snatched off top. Ain't going to be no 3 strikes. Y'all going to just be watching the video, and then it's just going to be black. And it's going to say, Mystery Van Channel has been snatched. Okay. It says, these are the cliff notes at the top of the live updates. Let's go to that first. It says President Trump has become the third president in history to be impeached. The House passed both articles of impeachment, abuse of power, and obstruction of Congress. Ooh. The Senate will wait if Trump should be removed from the office. McConnell will speak on the Senate floor tomorrow morning. Senate Majority Leader. That's his last fucking... Well, we already know that if the Senate has its way, then they're not going to impeach him because, you know, the Republicans have the Senate right now. And Mitch McConnell is a devil, okay? Trump ain't nothing compared to Mitch McConnell, okay? And they're the ones who really have a impact on our country. The president can't do anything without the Senate and the House, but he really can't do anything though without, you know, the Senate Majority Leader. Anyway, Senate Majority Mitch McConnell, and when you guys see Mitch McConnell, he looks like he just looks like a killer. He looks like the Saw Mask. He looks like a pedophile. Like, if you saw Mitch McConnell, you would not let him babysit your kids. I'm just telling you, child. He just got that look on his face. Like, he just just keep your hands away. All right, let me get to the article. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell tweeted moments ago that he would speak about President Trump impeachment on the floor at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Another thing, you know, he still has to run the country until the hearings. And fuck, like, you know, we barely can go to work if we can't pay our bills. So how the fuck, you guys gotta understand, how the fuck is he gonna be able to be sound of mind to run the country until his court date? You know what I'm saying? You got a parking ticket and you know you gotta go to court next month. That whole week up into court, nigga be scared, wondering if they gonna just, you know, even though it's a parking ticket, you still got that 1% chance that they gonna bust out, slam the gavel, and haul your ass off to jail, because it can happen. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be nervous. Anybody that's been to court know it's always nerve-wracking going to court. And this is some serious charges. At 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay, he said that. What happens next in the Trump impeachment? Okay, this says what happens next. Okay. So for the people who are trying to figure out what's going to go, what the next step is, this is it right here. Okay? And that's Nancy Pelosi. She is the House Speaker, okay? So she's a Democrat. She's like the over all of the, you know, Congress and the Democrats. I mean, in the House over the Democrats, because the Democrats have the House right now. She's over all of them. And Mitch McConnell, he's over the red. Okay, he's over the Senate. They both have to work together. Separation of power, that's what I meant with the Magna Carta. So all of them work together now to try and decide what the fuck they're going to do with the president. And then they're both obviously opposing parties, because you have to, you know, everybody can't agree. Everybody can't have the same mindset, or we wouldn't be the great country that we are. That's why I was saying earlier that, you know, Trump, even though he's not the best president, all this other stuff, there's a lot of other things within the government, and a lot of other people in power that can affect us more than a figurehead, because that's all he basically is, like Trump. The next step in the impeachment saga all depends on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi would not commit tonight on sending the articles of impeachment to the Senate, which will hold a trial and decide whether to convict him and remove him from the office. That would have been our intention, but we'll see what happens over there. She don't never want to give a fucking clear answer. Anyway, Pelosi signaled at her news conference tonight why this matters. Some progressives have urged Democratic leaders to withhold the articles until Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell agrees to procedures for the Senate trial that Democrats have called for, as well as agreeing to bring in first-hand witnesses like acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney to testify. So basically what that means is that she did not send the they did not send the articles over to the Senate yet, which are the people who have to take the next step. And because they're basically holding it as like collateral, like, okay, we're not giving you this till you agree until you agree on the terms and conditions that we want to set for, you know, the trial, because a lot of the shit that's been happening during his presidency is, since they do have the Senate, and then since he has the general attorney William Barr as his lawyer as well, which is fucking weird. Okay, so basically the lawyer for America, right? Because we have our own lawyer. Those are the people, the guy who like enforces like all of like the laws and over the Justice Department, all of that, is also the president's lawyer, which is definitely a conflict of interest. And the Senate also has the House, which are Republican. So a lot of the things that's been going on, like with the whole Russia investigation and the basically the Russia investigation and the obstruction of justice investigation, a lot of the shit he was able to finesse, and that's why he got the obstruction of justice charge. Well, he didn't get the obstruction of justice charge, but when they did the investigation and they put out the summary, they, he had like multiple counts of obstruction of justice, basically, right? But you cannot charge a president. That's why I misspoke. So he did obstruct justice, but you cannot charge a sitting president, no matter what. So you can't charge one. So I misspoke when I say charged. But just act as if he was not president, then he would definitely have been charged. And they would have found more stuff. But this whole time, he has been finding loopholes and, exploiting loopholes within the outdated system to where they could not technically impeach him because he really hasn't done anything to be technically impeached for, besides his most recent little scandal going on over there in the Ukraine. Okay? And we'll talk about that later. But basically, out of all the shit he has done, he has finally done something that has officially can be classified as an impeachable act. So now the House has the ball in their court, and since they do, they're making all these like commands playing tit for tat and all that shit. Basically, I was trying to explain all of that, what was going on. Okay. Let me check and see if you guys are there before I finish reading. They're not going to, in Leviticus, they're not going to, he's not going to go to jail, so he would not have to get pardoned. Okay? Let me tell you something. They're not going to put him in jail because that sets a bad precedent, okay? And it would make, niggas is already worried that he about to, they always want every president to have a nice exit, whether he gets removed or whether he finishes a term. When you start threatening to throw niggas in jail, then you got to start worrying about, are they going to have a problem getting him out of office because he's still the president, and there are still a lot of loopholes or a lot of things, because our government is still fairly new, right? You can only write laws for things that are foreseeable, but there are a lot of nuanced things that you just cannot see. Like, for example, you guys know that if, the president dies, then it goes to the vice president, right? And then nobody ever thinks past that. But what if the vice president dies? Then it goes to, I think, the speaker of, whatever the hell Mitch McConnell is, okay? Either him or Paul Ryan, one of those. I have to keep looking. But there are always like a step under that, right? But it never has gotten that far because you've never had like a president die, vice president die, and then the speaker. That doesn't ever happen. But let's just say, for this weird example, let's just say that they had like a meeting on Capitol Hill, right? And you had everybody, all the big shots up there, the president, the vice president, the House majority, all them motherfuckers, right? Let's just say somebody dropped a bomb on just right there, right? And everybody died. What the hell would we do? Well, we don't know yet. You want to know why? Because there's not really something written in place for that. Now, obviously, it would be some kind of, procedure where people would vote for the most qualified. Obviously, that would happen, but how the hell would that go? And who's to say is the most, you know what I mean? Because we still have, opposing parties, and now we have these independent parties. So that would be a fucked up situation to happen to us, because there's nothing written to take care of us if all of the people who are supposed to replace the president was to somehow be attacked through some act of terrorism. You know what I mean? So we don't want to start setting precedents to where, because a lot of presidents, let me trust Trump, technically, what he there's other presidents that have done like real shit, acts of war, murder, all that shit. A lot of horrible, 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 horrible things. And they didn't go to jail. When you start doing that, once you set a precedent, you can't take it back. And that's when shit starts to happen. That's when, like Venezuela, when Nicolas Maduro this nigga start swapping out the people on the Supreme Court. He had them rewrite the goddamn Constitution. All this weird shit. They didn't even realize it, and they woke up and was in a goddamn dictatorship, okay? It's scary. So you don't want to start, telling presidents, you're going to go to jail and all that. Nah. They just going to... Being impeached is like one of the most horrific acts. It is, dehumanizing to just... To walk around and to... It's like it's way worse than a dishonorable discharge. To be impeached is one of the most horrible acts besides treason to take place inside of, your own country. So for him to be an old ass man, to have been impeached and have to still walk around every day is a punishment within itself. Okay, trust me. Welcome, Scorpio 34 and everybody else. Okay. But he doesn't have to pardon himself. If that was the case, you know how many other presidents would have pardoned themselves? If he gets impeached, that's it. He's just going to hopefully not do anything or be stubborn leaving the office, but he's just gonna have to. It's a walk of shame. He'll probably end up dying really soon, because trust me. So that's a big deal to be impeached. It is. But he's not gonna go to jail. I'm just telling you that right now. They're not gonna send a president to jail, because like I said, if that's the case, they would have to right now go back and look at all of the past presidents, even though most of them are dead. Then they would have to go and look at the generals and the people who are in charge of our army and all that, and start locking them up too for past war crimes. Okay, and that's not gonna happen. Like I said, people don't like Trump, but there are like presidents who have done some horrible, horrible shit. Hell, not even horrible, horrible shit. Not even presidents. You have Hillary Clinton, who I'm a supporter of, or I would have voted for her if she, but she's done some really, really fucked up shit too. So I'm talking about, that has taken people's lives. We have not been in besides the ongoing war now, we haven't taken over anything. And if we were told the truth, because you just never fucking know, the president actually stopped us from going to war with Iran. Iraq. How many months ago? We were like hour away from dropping a missile on them, and this was over the summer. That would have been horrible. And he decided to not do it minutes before, even though they shot one of our drones down. So yeah, but Tiffany, they did not. But Bill Clinton did not get removed from office though. He finished his term. But let's go to yes, like wearing a scarlet letter case. Now let's go back to reading the article. I'm just, like I said, this is my first time. I'm reading it in real time with you guys. Oh, it's a new update. Let's see what the hell's happening. No, what the hell? Y'all said it was a new update. The hell? was finished, man. All right, let me go back to why this matters. It says some progressives have urged Democratic leaders to withhold the articles until I told you guys that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell agrees to the procedures for the Senate trial that Democrats have called for, as well as agreeing to bring in the first-hand witnesses like the White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney. I don't know what his name is. Pelosi said Democrats will make the decision as a group on when to send the articles to the Senate. CNN's Phil Mattingly noted there are procedural concerns behind not sending the articles tonight. Democrats can't send them over tonight because the Senate would have to take it up tomorrow, and it would shut down action in the Senate. That would mess with appropriations, and we cannot name managers until we see what the process is on the Senate side, and we hope that will be soon. Pelosi said of naming impeachment managers for the Senate trial. So far, we have not seen anything that looks fair to us, so hopefully it will be fair. Another thing is, this whole first term of this president, we haven't got shit done as a country. Like, I don't know if this was a plan because they're scared that he's going to fuck shit up. So since Obama left it in a good condition, they're like, let's just stall the whole fucking time. And that way, he won't get to do anything, because they basically stalled this whole fucking term for the whole term because we vote next year. Not a goddamn thing got done. And a lot of shit usually doesn't get done in the first term. But this guy has no legacy at all yet. He hasn't done anything. You usually have to finish your second term out. And had he not been impeached, he would have won. He definitely would have won. I doubt, even if he doesn't get impeached, not that, because he is going to get impeached, most likely. But if he gets removed from the House, what was I going to say? If he gets Oh, yeah, basically, if he did not get impeached, he would have won again. But I don't think he's going to win if he does not get removed from the House. So what I'm saying is, even if he doesn't get removed from the House and he finishes his term, he's not going to win again this time. They're not going to vote for him. He would have won, even though all the bullshit that's been going on since he got in office, because his supporters overlooked it. But he's not going to make it past this one. And the bad thing is, we don't really have a lot of good Democratic candidates running right now. And since everybody just assumed that Trump was going to win, there's not any good Republican, unless somebody who's already known from the party, which most of them are old school, right-wing, super conservative Republicans, not any progressive Republicans. There's no good candidates on either side. Okay, and we don't need some fucking young ass president, some cool looking guy who talk. That's not what the fuck we need. Okay, that's the problem right now. Cut the bullshit. We are at some of the best. This is some of the best that we have been at, far as. And I'm not talking about social issues. So as I keep talking, I don't want people to start talking about, we're racism. I'm not talking about none of that shit, because that shit's always been here, always will be here. I'm talking about the technicalities, the tangible aspect of where we are as a country. And as a military and everything else, it's one of the best places we've ever been in history. So to throw a wrench into that right now, it could be super. Well, I ain't gonna say super good, but it could be super bad, or it can continue to go in the right direction, because our country can only run on auto control for so long. Meaning, everything's going really good right now. And just that alone, like I said, since Obama left it and he inherited, he just had to maintain it. So, the maintaining and the maintenance can only last so long before you got to start making really big decisions to make sure that we continue to grow. Not just maintain, but to grow. And to, break barriers and shit like that. And there's no good Democrat nominees right now. None. Okay? Nobody. There are people that are likable and people who have good policies, but there's no good Democrats running right now. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, speaking right after the House impeached President Trump, said, "Today is a great day for the Constitution, but a sad day for America. I could not be prouder," or is prouder a word? Anyway, I could not be prouder or more inspired by the moral courage of the House Democrats. We never asked one of them how they were going to vote. We never whipped this vote. Pelosi continued, I view this vote, as something that we did to honor the vision of our founders to establish a republic. The sacrifice of our men and women in uniform to defend our democracy and the republic. Oh my God, girl. And the aspirations of our children that they will always live in a democracy. And we have tried to do everything we can to make sure that that is their reality. A Trump supporter on the president's impeachment says that it's a bad mark on him. I feel bad for him. In the hours before the votes to impeach President Trump tonight, the atmosphere at the Trump International Hotel in Washington was nearly but not quite joyous. 2 of the 4 televisions hanging above the lobby lounge bar were turned to ESPN, with another tuned to Fox News. Few of the guests, if any, were paying much attention to the ongoing debate on the floor. The House. One of those at the bar was Heather Zabil, a 35-year-old nursing student in Virginia who considers herself a big fan. Oh my God, big deal. Gesturing at the TV show and lawmakers arguing about Trump. This is only making Republicans angry and we're going to vote for him again. Girl, he got to be on the ballot for you to vote again. What the hell? That's the problem right now. People are just fucking identity politics. Like, how the fuck are you a fan of the president? Like, bitch, you either respect his policies and commander-in-chief or you don't, bitch. Ain't no motherfucking, oh, I'm a fan, bitch. Like, he dropping an album or something on Tuesday. Girl, get the fuck out of here. And CNN act like they couldn't have found somebody that can structure a goddamn serious sentence in a serious time like this. Fucking, I'm a fan. I loved his fucking last mixtape. The general consensus around the bar from Trump supporters echoed the Republican talking points that the Democrats are pushing impeachment because they couldn't stand seeing him in the White. No, it's not that. A lot of it, yeah, but no, because they would have been got him out if that was the case. What he did was not, you know, he made it out the skin of his teeth with that Russia shit. But what he did in the Ukraine, one of our, and he's fucking up all our allies and all that. It's not just that. It's not just that. If something was to happen to us, you know, we would, if I'm talking about like years from now and he was still president, we would be really vulnerable because it would be a great time for other countries who have been dying to be superpowers in America to take charge because we wouldn't have the trust in our allies or no allies at all. And it would be a good time for other people to move on in. People we've left so privileged and we don't understand, at least my generation, we've never had to live through a war. And, you know, we don't ever have war on our soil. And they just don't realize a lot of other countries, like, they are living their day-to-day with an ongoing war. I'm talking about, like, you know, bombs are being dropped as they're walking to school and shit. And I don't think people grasp that reality. The general consensus, I already read that part. After the House passed the second impeachment count, the bill's face had fallen. Girl, pick your face up off the ground. It's happening. Yes, it is. Everything had happened as predicted. Trump was impeached, but he will still more than likely be acquitted by the Republican-controlled Senate. Exactly. But this is not a good... He is not going to be voted in, even if he's not removed from the House. They'll let him probably finish his term. But, And then, too, now they got to start thinking of candidates, possible Republican candidates that could probably, you know... And not to mention, you always got backstabbers and people who only think about themselves. Imagine the people on his team who are now getting bit by the ego bug, thinking like, you know, I would probably be a good president, even though they don't have no good intentions either. It's like well, if Trump doesn't, you know, get impeached, or even if he does, maybe I should start to put myself out the little, you know, it's the power ego thing. It's crazy. Crazy, y'all. Crazy. Shame and a scandal. As she spoke, the crowd around the bar began to thin out. Some shuffled across the lobby to have dinner at the hotel restaurant. Others began to head for the door. I don't give a fuck about these people. They talking about people in the goddamn restaurant. I don't give a damn. I'm about to go look at the other place. President Trump calls on Americans to vote Pelosi the hell out of the office. Too late for that. President Trump called on his supporters to vote Pelosi the hell out of the office while speaking at a Christmas MAGA rally in Michigan tonight. He good, because I would have canceled that shit. You just got impeached, nigga. I would have been in the car crying. I would have been pissed the fuck off. The fuck, I ain't about to speak at no goddamn rally. Hell no. I'm about to be mad as hell. Americans will show up by the tens of millions next year to vote Pelosi. Nigga, they didn't even show up at your inauguration. Stop reaching, Trump. Stop reaching. Trump then criticized Carolyn Maloney, a Republican representing Manhattan, and commented on donating to her over the years, adding, "Oh, no, that's not a good look. Give me my damn money back." Boy, you're basically saying since you donated to her campaign that she should have sided with you. Boy, ain't that what got you in trouble in the first fucking place? You gotta get your ass out of here. That right there alone, that line is gonna come back. Mark my words, that line, that statement is gonna come back to bite him in the ass. Because that shows his mindset right there. Right there. That he thinks that he's supposed to have influence over lawmakers and everything just because he has donated to their campaign or did. Watch, mark my words. Trump also attacked Congressman Debbie Dingell. That's a weird name. Calling her a real beauty. Oh, so this nigga mad. This nigga snapping. He calling bitches ugly. Over here telling the bitches get their money back. Oh, yeah, yeah. Y'all might have to worry because this nigga might cut up if he do get kicked out. Yeah, he's pissed. Let me see what y'all talking about. Child. This nigga mad as fuck. Oh, Lord. Y'all. When he talking about cutting food stamps off last week? Did that date ever come? Because he said it was a date that was gonna come by. Because he did it already. Don't forget. Remember earlier this year when he cut the food stamps off for a whole fucking month and a half? Boy, I saw niggas was hurting. And I'm not making fun of nobody because, I had food stamps growing up. It ain't nothing wrong. I don't have any kids and I'm older now, so I, don't qualify. But, bitch. He really cut that shit off. Niggas thought he was playing. Like, that motherfucker, the car was on zero for a lot of people. I know some states, like out here, got theirs, when he had cut them off, when he said that the date was going to happen, they had ended up getting 2 months of food stamps at one time. Because the next month they were off. Okay. What's going on, Tiffany? You're trying to respect your chat, but what happened? Oh, well, I don't block people in here unless there's 2 or 3 people that are not allowed in here. Everybody else is allowed in here. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. Don't cuss out my moderators or anything like that, because then they're going to take your ass out. But other than that, everybody allowed to have their own argument and talk how they want. You just have to be able to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like I said, as long as you ain't the 2 people, Black Lip Trish or Jason and his 20 troll profiles, then you good. Don't disrespect the moderators or me, But I'm more of patient than, I would take disrespect before I don't disrespect the moderators. I could probably, depending on what kind of day I'll let you, If the Senate does not vote him out, then that means he'll finish his term. But he is still, technically, I guess you could still say he's impeached because he already went through the hearing. They voted to impeach him. So that's still, he's still been impeached right now. Like, technically, he's impeached. Whether he gets removed from the office or not, penalty, some branches of government taking over certain. See, that's what I'm saying. When you do that, it's a whole bunch of doors that can open up, all right? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But as of right now, though, he's still the president. He still has to run the country. He still has to campaign as if nothing is going to happen. But yeah. Worst case scenario, though, they going to just, he got to get the fuck out. And that's more of a, like I said, a problem for us. Because who going to run the fucking country? And you damn sure don't want no fucking Mike Pence. I don't give a damn if it's only going to be 5 or 6 or 7 months. Hell, you don't know. They might vote him in to be. You never want to get in situations like this because it's so very much rare. that any other variable thrown into it throws every goddamn thing off. And then that's where, we make laws for shit we already know about. And yeah, whatever happens now, like when Trump was in office, they wrote a lot of laws to prevent the shit that got him into the office, the little loopholes and the way he can't, all that. They wrote a lot of laws to prevent the next president from, doing like voter suppression in certain states. Like I know in California, if you don't show your tax returns, you cannot even be on the fucking ballot. But that would have been great had they done that before. You know what I mean? So whatever happens this time around, we can prepare for the next time, if there is a next time, but you just don't want to get in situations like this. To be honest, ideally, if you're just asking me, I would rather him finish his term. I would actually rather him finish his other term too, because like I said, it's better to have a president do their full term. I'm just saying, just for the betterment of the country, okay? Know what we're dealing with. Our allies, our investors, they know how to bet and how to invest and everything. I'm not that scared of Trump. Trump doesn't scare me, you guys. I don't care. Like, yes, the social climate is worse because they are reflecting off of how he is, you know what I mean? Because anywhere you go, it's like a company. Everybody's going to act depending on how it's ran. So if the manager is very prestigious and takes the job serious and, is dressed very nicely, then you're going to usually see the workers dressed nicely and take everything serious and have good customer service. But if you got one of them lazy, fat-ass bosses, that be wearing the same uniform every day and got goddamn French fry jelly stains and shit on the goddamn shirt and fucking cocaine boogers hanging out the nose and all that, then you're going to usually see the staff members, smelling like alcohol, dirty uniforms on, cussing at the customers. It all starts from the head up. So with Trump being so, racially insensitive, right? And playing into a lot of this right-wing propaganda just for his own benefit, it in turn has caused us to have a rise in hate crimes and domestic terrorism is on a fucking, oh my God, so many shootings and, shit happening to us by our own people versus foreign people, all because of, people feeling comfortable now to speak out on shit that we should have left in the past. However, racism will never go away. And whenever there is a minority, it will be exploited. If there were no black people in America, or let's just say America had only one race, they would treat each other like shit, because if it wasn't racism, it would be classism. So if it was just white people in America, then they would, exploit and, it would be a classism issue. It would be a classes. I know we have it right now, but I'm saying that would be the issue then. To the umpteenth power, though, times 10. Though the lowest class would be exploited and treated like shit and, robbed and all that bullshit. It would just be, the same thing in a different skin tone. So we're never going to get rid of that. We can always just make our own lives better and try and make it better for the next generation coming. But when we vote, we have to be conscious of not just voting on things that make us feel warm and fuzzy inside. Because the problem now with the Democratic Party and the voters is we never pay attention to the technicalities of shit. Like, budgets. And that's why people get mad. Y'all don't do no vocal. I said vocal. A lot of people don't do local voting, which is very much almost more important than presidential voting. Because if you say in some small southern town, most likely the president is never gonna fucking step foot through that motherfucking town. So usually what you're dealing with on your everyday basis is the local government, the local cops, the roads, all that shit that the president will never ever have anything to do with, ever. You would have to rely on your local mayor and your local police chief, and those people get voted in by the people. Motherfuckers don't even be paying attention to shit like that. During election season, when you be saying like all those scary commercials with the deep voice, like vote no on Prop 7, people just be turning the commercial not realizing that your light bill about to be $200 more every single month for no goddamn reason. And then you're going to complain, but hell, They told you to not vote, to vote no on Prop 7, but you kept turning the commercial. You don't want to get the little booklet that explained, what Prop 1 was and Prop 2. So, hey, we just vote on shit like that. And it's done on purpose, don't get me wrong, but race baited. Like, oh my God, just vote this person out because they're racist. Okay. You are always going to deal with racism, but you don't always have to deal with poverty, or you don't always have to deal with your son having a bad school and all that other shit. Okay, we got the racist president out. Now what? We still living in squalor. And guess what? The racist people are still out there. So y'all got to stop being a single issue voter type of mindset. You got to get out of that. You can vote against social policies, but also worry about the other shit too. Because that's why a lot of this shit keeps slipping under y'all noses, and y'all be thinking the people are, against us, and there's nothing we could do and all that fuck shit. That's just not true. It just isn't. Okay. You actually have more of a chance than changing something locally than you would trying to worry about the goddamn president, especially if you don't live in no a major city, let alone a key or a swing state. Then you really, if you don't even live in a key or swing state, you really don't even fucking matter. I'm not saying don't vote, but what I'm saying is always vote. But what I'm saying is, just think about all of the branches and all of the voting and everything. It's all important. Okay. Let me see what this little motherfucker said. Oh yeah, get his bitch ass out of here. Okay. We're gonna go to the next one. Hold on. I'm gonna put my little jacket on because I'm about to walk. All this talking done got my fucking mouth dry. I got cotton mouth. I don't even smoke or anything. I don't smoke. It's hot as hell. And it's got my blood going, girl. I'm like, fuck Phi Babe and all the other fucking shit, bitch. We need to be shit. The fuck? They worry about that economy. Y'all better look. Watch the stock prices tomorrow. How about that? Y'all saw the day that they voted Trump and he won the election. The stocks went up. Why? Because people were betting on him doing great. Let's see what that stock market gonna look like tomorrow. Since people thinking that he about to be impeached, and if it dropped by a lot, oh boy. And we still have not solved our deal with China. And y'all like y'all cheap clothes and y'all cheap food and all that other shit. And y'all be complaining about food now? Okay. And he about to take y'all food stamps? Y'all better pay attention. This is shit that's gonna affect people. The fuck? This is the worst time to be trying to go through some shit like this in our country. Y'all better wake the fuck up. Okay, let me put up the other article right now. Here, I'm gonna leave this on the screen just for a second. And then I will switch it over. Just give me 1 second, you guys. Oh, let me not keep stirring because I don't want it to cut off. Give me a second, you guys. Mods, lock the door. Don't let nobody out because people be trying to leave when I say wait a second. So go hurry up and lock the exit doors. I'll be right back. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Oh, he didn't cut off, did it? Okay, no. Okay, we back, y'all. We back. We back. We is back. See what y'all talking about. Retta said, it's scary. I feed the homeless here. Aw, you so sweet. It's scary. I feed the homeless here. And the ones who do not have children are the main ones that will be cut off. That's just one of the issues. California is a sanctuary slum. We need Jesus on the main line. Oh, what'd you just say? California is a sanctuary slum. I totally agree with that. And that is exactly why we do not need a super liberal, I'm not gonna say Democrat, why we don't need a super liberal, young, let's take care of everybody's problems president right now. No. Now, we don't need an extremist like fucking Trump. However, in my opinion, we do need a president that is more leaning towards of a conservative mindset when it comes to, our immigration policy. We definitely do. And, to be honest, Obama was really hard on immigrants. He just didn't speak. Like, Trump, he triggers people. He likes to play and talk about immigration and stuff just because he's triggering the racist people, okay? But in reality, he's not, Obama was really hard on immigration. He just didn't use it as a voting tactic. He did not use it to trigger, because his party and his supporters a lot of them are minorities, and you know how black people are. We like to include everybody in our struggle. So if you're, to us, a person of color is anybody but white. And we don't realize that we barely are, finally getting invited to have a seat at the table, even though this is just as much of our country as anybody else's, as far as when it comes to whites and it being built on our backs. And, the resources that we do have are being drained at a fast rate by immigrants. And it's not just Mexicans. I'm just talking about anybody that done brought their ass over here that wasn't supposed to be here. That's anchor babies, people coming in through Canada, niggas coming in through tunnels and shit, them bitches on the boats from China, everybody. All of them. Sucking our shit up. California, for example, my home state. Do you know that you can get food stamps? You can get, and let me tell you, the county, because every state is different. Everybody think that they county program the same. No, let me tell you about California. When you're on the welfare in California, has one of the highest numbers of welfare out there for young people. When you are 18 in California, it's like an unspoken rule that if you're not working, you go sign your ass up. And when you get your food stamp card the same day, let me tell you what you do. I'm just gonna keep it 100, right? You go, you tell them you homeless, because then they put the emergency shit in. Because then everybody gets their food stamp card the same day. It don't matter. However, though, if you are homeless, you get your emergency, they do the emergency whatever, and you get your shit within 24 hours. Meaning that same day at 12 a.m., they back pay you. So if you come in the middle of the month or the end of the month, they give you the food stamps for that month right there. So if you come in like on the 20th of the month, you're going to get the whole food stamps as if you came in from the first, and the food stamps for next month. And you get money too. Now here's how the money thing works. I think you get $220. Yeah, you get $220 a month. And you either, it's two ways. You're going to get the money, but if you have a mental disability, anything, girl, anything. And you know, I suffer from a lot of anxiety. So, you know, I have my anxiety. And so basically, if you have a mental disability or any kind of disability, then you don't have to do anything. Meaning, you ain't got to go to no work program. You ain't got to, because if you basically, the 220 is to hold you off. And what they do is they put you in a work training class where they teach you like how to do an interview. And then they also give you a paper to where you have to look for like 5 jobs or 10 jobs a week. And you have to take the paper to whatever job you're putting an application, and they have to sign it, which is hella embarrassing, right? Like, even if you don't get the job, you don't get the interview, you just gotta basically walk in there, go to McDonald's, wait by the counter, because you don't want to ask it in front of everybody so they ain't looking at you. You gotta wait by the counter. And I ain't never had to do this, but you know, I've seen people do it. Wait by the counter, go call the manager and be like, are y'all hiring? You whisper it to him. He's like, huh? Because you know, none of them speak any goddamn fucking English, right? So now you gotta yell, are y'all hiring? No, we're not hiring, because they always gonna say no too, knowing goddamn well, you know, every time you come in there, they ain't never fucking hiring, but every time you come in there, it's a new person working on the goddamn cash register. And that's one of the problems when people like immigrants get into McDonald's. When they get that one spot in there, don't let them make it to manager, because bitch, it's a wrap, because all they gonna do is move all their friends and compadres in that motherfucker, and before they even fire somebody, they gonna know who they gonna bring in. So even if a bitch, you know, ain't fired, if they do fire her, they already know they about to bring in Mary Post and Maria a week later. So bitch, don't even apply until that whole place is packed out with their friends and they having a whole fiesta up in that motherfucker. I'm just saying, it is what it is. I'm not taking it back, right? Okay. And then, you know, when you have a son, like if I don't have a son yet, but I'm just saying, he should be able to, when he turns 16, he should be able to go across the street for his first job and get a job at McDonald's. That should not be a fucking hassle. You know, our kids, our little cousins, not being able to get a little basic ass job because they done already got overrun and taken over and hijacked by the goddamn immigrants. Okay. I'm just saying. I've seen it. This is facts. It is what it is, okay? Blacks are not the only ones that got negative stereotypes, because everybody feel comfortable speaking on black stereotypes. Whenever you talk about stereotypes from other races, everybody, oh, be quiet. No, fuck that, okay? If we can be all the shit we are in the media and everything else, well, bitch, I'm speaking on the other. Every race have stereotypes, every fraction, group. It ain't even got to be a race. It could just be a certain class of people. You know what I mean? All have stereotypes. It is what it is, okay? All right. Like I said in California, everybody know when you 18, if you ain't working, you taking your ass to the county building so you can get that card and you get your food stamps and then your $220 a month, okay? And if you don't get the thing, what I was telling you, where you what was I gonna say? Where you like if they give you a pass, basically you don't have to go to the program, so you can just get the money and the food stamps. That's the best deal. Then you have to go to the little program like twice a month or once a week, something, bitch. I ain't had to do it, okay? I told you I got anxiety, okay? But yeah, just too much having to sit up here and get on a bus 7 o'clock in the morning, child, and be trying to go everywhere and put that. I told you they ain't gonna work anyway. They ain't hiring, girl. They packed out. Shit, it's a waste. I already know they ain't hiring. I know. So yeah, that's why when I got older and I really started to, you know, especially when I went to college. And I started to like really get into politics, because I had really got into politics like for a few years in my 20s. I was knee deep into it. And then I realized, you know, humans are humans. And, you know, even when you get into politics and you see what it's like behind the scenes, and it's a whole bunch of, you know, bullshit. Like, you know, a lot of people, and I will say this, like a lot of people who want to be president, they go into it thinking they want to make a change. And that's what everybody does. But when they get in there, they realize you ain't going to be able to do shit, okay? That's why I said presidents will wait until their last few months of term to do what they really want to do, because it's already, listen, they just need somebody to maintain it. The government is basically ran by itself. I'm not talking about a conspiracy like there's these secret, no, I'm not saying that. I just mean it's such a big machine, and there's so many, you know, different branches of government. The separation of power, the Magna Carta doesn't allow you to really do that much anyway. You just need to maintain it, you know, make good decisions and manage it. That's what, you're just a good manager, okay? And the minute you think you got too much power, they zap your ass and remind you that you don't, like what they're doing to the president right now. So You know, but yeah, when I got into politics when I was in my 20s, and that's when I wasn't a Democrat no more. That I don't regret. You know, I'm more independent now. I would not say I was a Republican, even though I'm still registered as a Republican. But what it has become now is such a fucking political theater. That's all what I call it. It's just people who feel like they are cool. Like people who just want to say, oh, I voted for Trump just so they can, I don't know. It's like some kind of badge of, I don't know. I don't vote like that. I vote for the betterment of life and shit like that. So I'm more of like I'm definitely a progressive, but I'm more like moderate, leaning a little bit right. Because I'm still, you know, conservative in my ideology on how the country should be ran, I would say. I am. And most black people are conservatives. Y'all are tricked and fooled into thinking that Democrat is the way to go. But black people are the most conservative motherfuckers out there. Half of y'all motherfuckers is homophobic. Half of y'all motherfuckers out there is bigots and shit too. And don't want nobody in y'all business, don't want nobody in y'all houses, don't want nobody telling you how to run your house, your family, how to spend, you know, all those are conservative values. It's just that when you're a Democrat, you have to think less, and you could just go basically and vote and come home and hope that they take care of everything. But guess what? They haven't, right? We still ain't had no progress in the black community since when? Exactly. See, if you're not the Democrat, then it requires you. Now you got to think more. Now you got to start reading articles. Now you got to actually watch Fox News and CNN and MSNBC and, you know, every other independent media source, so you can kind of get a grasp of what the fuck is really going on. And guess what? We don't want to do that shit. And I'm not just saying black folks, but people in general. But let's just say Democrat. That's too much. We too busy enjoying the fruits of our country and our freedom and partying and being fucking gay and going to night. All this shit that we don't understand how hard it is and how much it costs to be able to have that privilege to do the shit, to not be able to worry about the country and hope everything works out in the end, and then only complain when, you know, we're being race baited or some other shit. And that's why you see people who are Republicans always talking about everyday politics and everyday, you know, about trade deals and farmers and all that shit. And you be like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care about that. And I get that too, because I have to unplug from the news a lot. I do these things like where I will just not watch the news for like 2 months purposely, because I have to. If not, it'll make me worried all day, every day. When Trump became president, like at first I was like, I swear to God, for like the first year and a half. Matter of fact, when he won the primary elections, I swear to God, I was fucking paranoid for about 2.5 years. And when he won, I cried. I locked myself in my closet. I thought everything was going to end. So trust me, I know how it can be when you are that much aware of what the hell is going on. What the hell? Over here, I'm getting me something. What happened to the cinnamon toast? What kind of what I want? I think I'm gonna get this right here. I have a slice of pepperoni pizza too.
How many?
One. Hold on, y'all. I'm almost done. Okay, well, anyway, while y'all here, so let me tell you what I was going to talk about tonight before all this shit happened about the president being impeached. I was going to talk about originally something that was
I'm gonna charge you $1 on the pizza.
Okay, thank you. Let me just
$2.98.
Thank you. I was gonna talk about, because you guys know if I talk about like what everybody else is talking about, I will speak on it, but I'll try and come from a different angle. But I wanted to talk about me and Harley Q was discussing this morning about heterophobia, right? Because you have all these gay people nowadays who be trying to like force people to like accept them and shit, right? Which is never gonna happen, right? I mean, let's just be real. And they also, and the more, you know, they do it, and the more people allow them to do it, then they just take it an inch more, to the point to where now it's like they not only want you to like accept them and their lifestyle, but then you have to like, you know, like them, and you have to, you know, approve of it, and you have to speak on it in a positive light. Like, even if you don't even know a gay motherfucker, and you know you're not disrespecting them, you're not like running up on them, punching them in the head and calling them faggots and shit, that's still not good enough. Like, even when you in your goddamn house and ain't nobody there, you still better not say anything against gayness. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I mean, let's just be real about that shit. Like, as long as you, because in my life, I have never had somebody like walk up to me and be like, oh, you fucking faggot. Like, I've never happened. I'm not saying it doesn't happen to others, and I'm not saying it ain't happening behind my back, but ain't no nigga ever came up to me and, you know, did it. And yes, I know I have male privilege. I know, yeah, I'm black. I look like I might put up a fight. I get it. But what I'm saying is, I can't control what people, I can't thought police people. And also, there are gay people who do, you know, they will treat others a certain way, and I'm just saying any kind of way that's negative simply because they're not gay. And I don't like that. I know a lot of gay people who are scared of, especially, I'm just talking about the men, because I've heard this a lot recently too. A lot of gay people are like, oh, I hate male barbershop. It's like this, right? This is what I mean by heterophobia. I'll give you an example, right? I hate male barbershops because every time I go in there, they be looking at me and they be feeling all uncomfortable and blah, 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 blah. And that's why I just go to Supercuts and, you know, just avoid, or I cut my own hair, or I grow it out and now I got a long, it's like, no, bitch, you're just scared of masculinity. Like, you're just scared, and it makes you intimidated because you're in there around a whole bunch of men and they talking about men shit. And since you're not okay completely with being gay, because a lot of people are like, if everybody else don't like something, they don't like it. I don't give a fuck. Okay, bitch, you don't have to be gay. I don't need to hear you talking about me. I don't care. I'm not in there for that anyway. So I'm not gonna impeach or intrude on your life, tell you what the fuck you guys to talk about. Like, some gay men are like, if I'm in the barbershop, I don't want to hear about women or anything like that. I just want to get my hair cut and, well, go to Supercuts like you said and have them fuck your shit up. Okay? Don't listen. Put your headphones in. But you can't come into somebody else's space and think that they're supposed to start manipulating their environment and all that shit because you fucking gay. Because these niggas be wearing gay on their shoulder like it's a goddamn outfit, forgetting that they black first, that they're men first, and the gay shit is only in the bedroom, right? Like, I don't know. That shit don't bother me. I'm not scared of men. You know, it don't bother me at all. Maybe it's because of the environment I grew up in. I don't know. I have mostly straight friends. I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm so cool, I have mostly straight friends. I'm just saying I don't really have any gay friends. So I don't, you know, my dad's a gang member. I don't know. I'm just not scared of guys because I'm a guy too. End of the day, I'm just with another guy, but I'm black first. because when people look at me when I'm walking down the street or they're trying to profile me, they can't tell that I'm gay unless I'm wearing it on my shoulder. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I was gonna talk about that, and I also was gonna cover this beef that's going on between I was also gonna continue this beef talk about this beef that's going on between K Summers and Vella Bricker. Y'all know K Summers is my baby, that's my boo. But Vella is probably the only person from Bay Nation that I somewhat like. And I only say somewhat because I don't know her personally, but she's very smart. That's why, because everybody over there is dumb as fuck. Now, she be trying to play dumb, and I say play dumb because she be always talking about how Phi Babe is so honest and shit. And I really believe she just, is putting on for the team. Because you ain't gonna, it is what it is, right? I tell people all the time, you can still support whoever you want. Just don't be lying, because at the end of the day, it just makes you look bad, because it ain't gonna affect them. We already know that bitch is a liar. But if you over here talking about she don't ever lie, nobody ever proved, then it just makes you are looking bad. But I'm not gonna, I'm not insulting her. I'm just saying. But she got a little sense. But she's gonna be the one, mark my words. She gonna be the one that turned that motherfucker inside out. You saw how she fucking got her mod stick back when Phi tried to take that shit. Bitch did not. That bitch banged on her ass and got her shit back. And popped her in the head with it. But yeah, she's very smart and intelligent. And, she's a very good supporter. I feel bad for it because, honestly, if 5A was a really good leader, Vella would be a really great person, an asset to somebody's team who actually use their influence for good. But anyway, I was going to cover their fight. So, let me show you the whatchamacallit I had, girl. Y'all gonna like this. Hold on. Yeah, I had to take a break for a second. But don't worry. We're gonna get back on it. Told you, it be getting my blood pressure up. But I hope y'all enjoying yourself and y'all learned a little something. Alright. So you guys know I'm all crafty. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my flyer. Just let you guys know if y'all know anybody that needs any work, graphic design done for their page, for their company, or anything. They need an avatar made or anything. Y'all send them over to me. Because you guys know I'm a graphic designer and stuff too. But I did not want to do anything on YouTube, like offer my services up on YouTube yet. But I'm going to start next week. So, it's one of my other businesses that I really, really, really have a lot of passion in. I've been doing for a long time. So I was just going to keep that off of YouTube. But I'm like, fuck it. Doesn't really matter. Everybody know everything else. They're going to say what they want. But obviously I have really, really good work. But anyway, I wanted to cover their beef as far as in my commentary. But I wanted to do it in my own little fun, unique way. So I was going to do, I started at an animation, just like as far as the photos that I use, because I don't want to use their photos. So I created, You guys will see. But then I got really into it, and I started thinking about how Kay Summers does her little cartoons and shit. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll do like a little cartoon covering their little, you know, back and forth. I would like, you know, everybody say this, but I would hope that it doesn't get that big, because I really like both of them. They both are really smart. I can't say that for a lot of people in our sector. But, you know, I'm going to do my commentary on it like everybody else, you know. So, but I'm going to do it, you know, just speak on it and not inject myself into it or be, how do you say it? I made the cartoon because I wanted it to be as light and playful as I could without instigating or stirring up the situation even more, if that makes sense. So I thought if I covered it, but then I made it animated, it would be a little bit more lighthearted. That way, you know, they're already mad at each other, but I didn't want them to leave even more upset and then in turn take it out on each other, because, you know, it ain't gonna affect me. So anyway, I'm gonna drop the trailer for it tonight, because I was gonna put it out tonight, but it's already late. So I'll probably drop it in the morning, but I will I'll probably drop the cartoon or something tomorrow, but I'll still put the trailer out tonight. But right now, though, you guys can see a preview of some of the animations. Let me see if y'all in here. Before I show y'all, hit that like button. Hit the like button. These things are hard. Okay, it take a lot of time. My page takes a lot of effort and energy, okay? I put a lot of work into my aesthetic. Okay. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is the intro cards for who they are. This is going to be the thumbnail. It's a little messy, but still. It's cute, though. A little messy, but it's cute, though, right? I leave it up for a second, only because I told y'all it's a delay. So if I just put it on there for like 2 seconds and then I move to the next slide, y'all won't catch it, because by the time you guys get the image, I would have moved on to the next one, and then it just will. You basically, if I just got it up here and moved it 2 seconds later, you guys wouldn't see it, because delay is there to protect the stream from dropping and then losing you guys. Or it's like if somebody was to cuss or do something inappropriate, or something happened live, like my titty popped out like Janet did on the Super Bowl, I could hit pause or something, and before y'all saw my titty, I could just pull it back, if that makes sense. Oh, that was actually, I'm sorry, this was it right here, my bad. The other one was a rough draft. This is the final one. Yep, I put the outfits together, all that. Look at that detail, look at it. And jacket, look at them jeans cut up, them shoes, it's cute. Hold on, y'all, I'm fucking this candy up, hold on. God. Alright, I'm gonna give it all away. And then I'll show you guys the behind the scenes animation, like a clip of it. Cause I don't want to show y'all everything. I gotta keep something. And then, last but not least, I'm gonna show you guys a clip. It's very short. This is just like a behind the scenes thing. Like I'm not gonna hear any of the voiceovers or anything like that. And mind you too, the little, cause I'm trying to think of a lot of formats on how I'm gonna do my commentary. So I think I'm gonna do a lot of animation on them, but like short clips. So this whole, I'm not gonna hype it up because it's only gonna be like 2 minutes long, if even that. Maybe 5, but it ain't gonna be that big. It's just when I start to do my full segments of commentary, which will probably be like 20 minutes, then whenever I cover certain stories, I'll make like shorts of those. You know what I mean? Like 2-3 minute shorts. But this is the this is it right here. Hold on. Here, all right. Woo! Hand claps. Woo! Oh my God, Mr. Man, you so talented. Oh my God, I know. That's just a little bit. I haven't even scratched the surface on my talent, okay? Oh yeah, talking about some original content, bitch. Oh yeah, I talk about the mess, but I could back it up too. Let me see what y'all talking about. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Did you guys see it? If you guys saw it, press 1. Oh, that's your okay. That was an accident. Okay, yeah. Bye, nigga. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion in here and say what they want, but what the fuck you're not gonna do is come up in here acting like you fucking know something that everybody else ain't gonna know. I hate when motherfuckers in here. I gotta act like everybody else is stupid and they the only ones that fucking know what's up because they got the secret, like they got a goddamn burner phone with a straight connection to people working in the White House. Get the fuck out of here with your conspiracy theories. Everybody always think that they so fucking woke, okay, but don't even know goddamn difference between a Democrat or a Republican. Always trying to shut everybody else up because they don't even come to talk or discuss. They just come to fucking tell you what the fuck it is. Not over here. Not the fuck over here. And then we want to be rude about it. Nigga, you know just as much as everybody else know. Probably even less. Unless you fucking mayor, you don't know shit. Now, you can discuss anything you want over here, but what the fuck you're not gonna do is, you know, downright just shut everybody up and then just try to tell us what the fuck it is. I'll show it again. Yeah, I'm gonna show it again because this video is getting long. I don't like for him to go over an hour. Even if I come back, because when it's that long, I mean, you can, don't worry. It's like me. You have people, like, I like long videos, but there's some people who, they just see a long video and they be like, oh, no, hell no. I'm gonna start doing, like, videos like this. I'm gonna start chopping them up, the main points, and then re-uploading them with just the important topics. And then I'm also gonna just start doing, like, short coverage of things, like 5-minute videos of different things. Like this, I could have done like a 5-minute video just basically letting people know that he was impeached, and then did a live just doing like a follow-up. But you know, I'm learning. This is different than my other platform, but I got some things in the works. Y'all have been very great to me and loyal, and I don't forget that. It's never been about numbers on this profile right here, ever. You know, I just came to have a different approach to things and a different atmosphere. You know, YouTube can be whatever you want it to be, but whatever direction you go in is how you gotta end. Well, not necessarily, but for the main part, whatever direction you start off in and you build with is basically what you have to end it, or is what your following is gonna be. And I wanted a channel where I could just shoot the shit, talk about whatever, be random, and go from, you know, talking about mess to politics to religion to sexuality to, you know, tutorials, graphics, all that. And I just have to be narrowed down to being specifically talking about a certain subject like beauty all the time, or talking about food all the time. You know, sometimes you want to talk about other shit with your peoples. And if you build a big platform up talking about makeup, then when we start talking about politics, what the fuck you think everybody gonna do? They gonna run. They don't want to hear that shit, especially not coming from you. And I get it. So there's a lot of other things in store coming up right now. And I'm gonna send my monetization paper in tonight, because I've been eligible now for like 2.5 weeks, but I haven't done this for money. I didn't do this for money. And I know that once I get monetized, I can't do certain things on this channel, like play music. Well, I can, but it can't be like popular mainstream music. It gotta be like mixtapes or shit that's not registered. But we'll talk later. Let me just play this last clip for the people who didn't see it, and then we will shut this one down. And don't forget to tell people, refer them to me if they need any kind of work done. I gotta work on Rita's. I'm doing a few people's for free, but we cheap over here and got good quality. That was bomb as fuck. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so I'm about to eat, charge my phone up, go be nosy, and I'll probably come back on for a night shift just to shoot the shit. And maybe I need to catch up on Nature Boy too. Last time we had a night shift episode, we was talking about Nature Boy and stuff, and I haven't watched since then because I've been so busy. So we might do catch up on him, because you know there's always some fuck shit going on. But I did hear they got deported, y'all. But last time we was talking, they was still in somewhere. I was about to say Costa Rica, but I don't think, well, it might have been Costa Rica, because they had got kicked out of there. Or Mexico. Yeah, it was in Mexico last time we talked. Then they got deported, y'all. Child. So I had to catch up and see what the fuck going on over there. But yeah, if you missed anything, we covered the beginnings and just had a little discussion about the impeachment and the social climate and why it is a bad thing, and the bad things that can happen if he does become impeached. Some of the negatives of that it's not all just a good thing, like, oh, because, you know, get that racist motherfucker. It's not. We basically went over that, and then I also showed a clip of the animation and direction I'm going to go in as far as my Beef Watch coverings. This one in particular with Bella and K Summer, and then further on any of the other topics that are too you know, that can be like a little rough around the edges, to make it a little bit more light. Cause I never want to add to it if I'm not a part of it. Now if I'm a part of it, bitch, you ain't getting no cartoon, okay? Cause I want you to feel all of the roughness, the edges. I want you to cut your finger. It's so rough. I want you to feel the roughness in every bitch that I call you. But if I'm not a part of it, then I just want to speak on it. But a lot of times, even if you're not meaning to be messy or instigate, just speaking on a subject that is fresh and you know, between two people dispute, it can just bring up shit like fire. You know, that's why she can never fully forgive somebody, and why she can't have peace summits and peace treaties, because she's the type of person that when you are discussing the problem that you guys had, she'll just keep getting mad and keep you know, like yesterday, she was so, like, she didn't have to, because I want to talk about that too. She didn't have to sit up here and talk about Maxine Waters, all that. I still made herself look so stupid, and I'm glad a lot of people didn't fall for it, because I looked at her likes and they was just like they was yesterday. I'm still sitting here waiting to see what the hell Maxine Waters had to do with the fuck she was talking about. Now that shit might work over there on them dumb motherfuckers, but I'm still trying to put the point together on how you was trying to use Maxine Waters as a segue to why you can basically talk shit and cuss out gay men, but then turn around and use a woman card when they want to retaliate. Because I know you ain't trying to make it seem like you some goddamn what do you call it, Rosa Parks, or some kind of person that's about to make a change in the world for the betterment of mankind. No. And how dare you bring up Auntie Maxine? Okay. I don't get it. It actually made you look worse. And I never thought you were dumb, but it made you look a little dumb too. I'm just saying. Hey, TM. Girl, yes. Too bad you just are coming in at the tail end of it, but yeah. I kind of, went in on the situation. Not the president, but just the whole situation. Yeah, it didn't make no damn sense. She just wanted to use that situation because she knew See, here's the thing, too. If she did not want this to keep going, and if she did not really, even if she felt bad and she wanted to just push forward, she didn't even have to talk about it, bring it up at all yesterday. To be honest, she could have just did what she did, like waited until that night, and then she didn't even have to actually come on. But I ain't gonna say be ran off, but that's the thing. She would have probably not even came on yesterday because she don't come on every day. But she did not want to feel like somebody had got the best of her, and she still wanted to fight. So what she did was, why it took her so long to come on, because she sat up there all goddamn day trying to figure out how to come up with a narrative and how to finesse the situation and make it seem like she's being forced to fight when she wasn't. She could have just not mentioned it ever again, or she could have just came back on today. And nobody, look, to be honest, people are already tired of it. When she brought it, like, it's a time limit, and it's like weird because we all kind of just, we be into it, and then like it might be the next day, 2 days later, but at one point we all just realize it's old. And right about that time where she came on late I saw it about an hour after she got off, but when she got on yesterday evening, right at that time, it was already like, to be honest, she didn't have to bring it up again. It was already like, I feel like she reignited it last night. It was a fire that was simmering. It was still smoking. The charcoal was still, the charcoal, it wasn't on fire, but it was real orange, hot. It'll burn you if you touch it, but, if you leave it alone, if you come back in the morning, it's going to be ash. And she just went to her bucket and poured a whole bunch of motherfucking more coal and threw some gasoline on that bitch. Right? Because she was trying to talk all prim and proper. Like, oh, Auntie Maxine. I ran into... And then she's like, she made it seem like, to be honest, I thought she was going to pull a video out with Maxine Waters, like, shout out to Babe Nation. I thought she had ran into her in front of the Chicago courthouse or something. Y'all know that's how she made it seem. I'm like, oh shit, bitch, you done ran into Maxine Waters. You tricked me, because I sat there waiting to see what the hell Maxine had to say. And then when she started talking about, my phone ain't working, so if it don't play, it don't matter, because I tell you what she said. I'm like, nah, I don't know, bitch, because you gonna lie. If you can't show me what she said, then just wait until tomorrow. I don't want to hear you trying to... No. God damn it. Because, Because what you won't do is lie on Auntie Maxine. And then when she spoke on what she said, it was some very generic shit. Like, girl, you made it seem like she said something remarkable. Bitch, you could have got that from a Nicki Minaj song. I mean, she be telling people to be strong. Girl, you could have played a Mary J. Blige track and got that same message. I'm just saying, like, I thought you was going to say something. Well, first I thought you had her on there. And then I'm like, okay. Or maybe, you know, she dropped the gem. That wasn't no gem Maxine Waters dropped. You must don't have no strong women in your life. I'm just saying. If all you need to hear is, you know, keep your head up, baby girl, and you ain't get that from Tupac, because you got at least 15 years on me, and I got that from Tupac growing up. So, bitch, if you ain't get it from Tupac, girl, could at least got it from Shaka's through the wall. I mean, something. Girl, you could have got that from a goddamn chicken soup for the soul book. I mean, and then only to segue into, you know, some mess. And then once you got to the mess, you was happy. You were like, okay, finally, I got all that bullshit out. And then you just turned into your regular self, cussing and shit, reigniting it. Because you already know, if everything is cooled down and you start cussing and snapping, then that's only going to do what? Make him get back on here and start cussing and snapping. And the whole time you was calling him bitches and all kind of names out, you was doing that hypocritical shit. Now, and then you lied to, oh yeah, you lied again. So you lied and said, you tried to come off as honest. You was like, before I say anything, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm not a liar. I'm gonna do a compilation. You know those YouTube videos? It'd be like, watch Mariah Carey hit bad notes for 5 minutes straight. I can make a video of her now lying for a good 10 minutes straight, or her saying, I don't lie. I can make one of those videos if I wanted to. And it wouldn't even be hard because she says it in every video. I ain't even got to go look. But anyways, she always say that right before she about to lie too. I'm just telling y'all, because when people be talking to me for like 10 minutes and then like 10 minutes into the conversation, they be like, okay, I'm about to be honest. I'll be like, what the fuck? You about to be honest? So what the fuck was you doing the past 10 minutes while I've been sitting up here watching your ass? Oh, Lord. Let me go back and try and rethink everything you just said now. And I ain't got time for that. I do not have time to be trying to fact check and cross-reference some grown-ass adult when you telling me some shit that you shouldn't even be lying about. You talking about you woke up and took your daughter to school, and that's what I'm like, that's what she said. So, bitch, you probably, so what, you didn't really take your kid to school? Bitch, are you not here right now? Did you not wake up this morning? Is it all, like, what's good? Because if you about to tell me you about to be honest, I got something then what the fuck have you been doing? Were you just talking for exercise? I'm just saying. I don't get it. But anyway, she was like, I misspoke yesterday because I don't lie. I might misspeak, but it's not on purpose. I said yesterday that James was making fun of my makeup and my hair, but he wasn't. I had just got it confused, you know, with ZT, because it was him who had talked about my makeup and hair when he went off this morning. But it doesn't matter now because he's talking about my makeup and my hair now. First off, it do fucking matter, bitch. It does matter. It does fucking matter, because don't say I did something when I didn't do it. If it didn't matter, bitch, you wouldn't have said it. It's a lie. And second off, bitch, ZT didn't say that shit either, because he didn't go off until after you got dragged. Okay? So did nobody say that shit? Fucking lies. And you got people over there talking about she never lies. Then she go, prove when you lie. Well, pick one. See, when they say prove that she's lying, all they want you to do is tell you the time that she lied, so they can come right back behind you and say, well, she didn't lie because, you know, and it's just a justification. I hate when people do that. Well, tell me one time. You tell them one time, and then they try and come up with an excuse, and then they say, okay, well, tell me another time. You tell them another time, they come up with an excuse, and then I'm like, look, bitch, I'm not telling you no more times, okay? Fuck it. Everything is not debatable. Everybody thinks that you can debate everything. No, it is what it is. A lie is a lie. It's a lie unless I can, you know, finesse the situation and switch out the main subject and start speaking in Spanish and have you, that shit don't work on me. the little bait and switch shit that she did yesterday with the Maxine Waters, so lured you in, and by the end of it, she was calling people bitches and shit, playing the victim the whole time. Oh, excuse me, she was calling people bitches, but then following that up with, and he's calling me a woman out of my name. Little bitch, how is he gonna call women? So you think you can sit up here and cuss people out, call men all kind of bitches? First off, I'm gonna just keep it 100. That's the worst thing that you can call a man. Okay, a female will take the word bitch more easily than a man will. You call one of them niggas that be busting you inside your head, or one of them married men that you be with, call him a bitch and see what happened. Bitch, we ain't gonna probably see you for a good 2 or 3 weeks. They already got that other chick, that goddamn postal worker missing in Chicago. They still ain't found her ass yet. And stop making it seem like Chicago is not that bad. Yes, it fucking is. I'm tired of hearing these old textbook arguments. It's crime everywhere. Yes, and some places are worse, like Chicago. Okay? Number 2 in the top 5 in the whole nation of the most dangerous places to go. And I don't want to hear no fucking dumb shit. Well, the only reason they say that is because Obama was the... you better shut the hell up before I come on out there and hit you inside your head my damn self, don't you? Don't be trying to play with my intelligence. Goddamn, every goddamn weekend they got 1,000 shootings and 50 deaths. Nobody... Please. I'm tired of them lies. Y'all go to Chicago if you want to and see what happened. Go to Chicago and see what happened. Now, of course, there are places you can go and nothing's going to happen, of course. But you got shit out there like holidays, right? Where people already know to leave the city on, like, I don't know, 4th of July, where people might mistake a gunshot for a firecracker. So just so you be safe, you take your whole family outside the whole goddamn city. Because niggas will sit over here and throw some firecrackers outside your house and be done did a drive-by around the corner. Trying to fucking throw you off and shit. Chicago is a hell zone, okay? You will most likely know, or at least lose, one friend, and that's on the light side, to murder. Not natural death, not murder. There's more guns out there than people. And the babies and the kids are strapped too. You can go to Chicago. You just order you a bulletproof vest off Amazon before you go. I'm just saying, if you're going to pay $300 to go to Chicago, why not just throw an extra $75 in there and get you a bulletproof vest? I mean, you want to go out there to have fun, but you don't want that to be the last trip you ever go on. You know, you want to come back, right? I'm just saying. Unless you're trying to, go out with a bang, literally, then yeah. If that's on your bucket list, then okay, yeah. If not, get you a fucking bulletproof vest from Amazon. I'm just saying. They on there. I've seen them myself. Where you think the rappers be getting them from all the time? Oh yeah, they on there. I didn't say Chicago was a murder capital. I said it's on the nation's list of the top 5. It ain't gotta be the murder capital for it to be bad. Shit, hell. If you on the top 10, it's not good. You have America, it's over 300 million people out here. If you're on the top 10, that's horrible. LA is not even and that's a bigger city. Y'all have to understand, Chicago is a city, and it's on the nation's list of the top 10 worst places to go. The highest one of the highest murder rates. And even if it didn't go from number 1, like, okay, oh my bad, it's number 3 now. It's still it's a city, not a state, a city. You have states in America that have more people out there throughout the whole state than Chicago, and they still have a lower murder rate. And Chicago is a historically corrupt city, going all the way back to the early 1900s, where they had the most dirtiest cops, the most crooked cops. I mean, hell, it's up. They even taught that in American history. I mean, you know, you have to, if you want to read up more about it, obviously have to do, what do you call it? Elective. If you're in school, like take an elective class or just do your own like follow up studying, because they ain't gonna spend the whole semester talking about Chicago's corruption. But it's historically a corrupt city, going all the way down to the local government. You know, money counterfeit from local government, the cops being a part of the mob and shit like that. So, you know, there's always, you know, I'm not comparing the worst of two evils. You know, I'm just saying Chicago is a fucked up city. Florida is too. But I can talk about that individually. Like, you know, a lot of people will be like, okay, if you're talking about Chicago, they'll go, oh, well, you know, you still have Louisiana and stuff. And they'll leave it at that, thinking, and then the conversation will switch to a Louisiana, and then that's it. And it's like, yeah, Louisiana is like higher on the list than Chicago, but I'm not going to Louisiana, and it's not going to be relevant to, you know, my, whatever I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anybody in this room or UTM or anything. I'm talking about the people over there, what I see them do back and forth. Like, y'all niggas ain't going to Louisiana. Y'all niggas is going to Chicago. So that's what the hell y'all need to be researching, okay? You ain't gonna get shot by a nigga in Baton Rouge while you in Chicago. You gonna get shot by a nigga from the South Side. So get your bulletproof vest. You know? It's a lot of places, every major city you go to, it's going to be dangerous spots. But are they on the top 5 in the whole, you know, nation? Do they have a murder rate or a homicide rate of 1,000 plus every, you know, 12 months? Will a nigga run up and stab you while you in the line at Church's Chicken waiting on his chicken sandwich? I'm just saying. Then maybe you should just be prepared. That's all I'm saying. You know? I'm just Hell, to be honest, I ain't no scary nigga. Like, I'm not. I grew up, I'm from fucking LA, Long Beach to be specific. I used to have to walk through fucking Compton every night when I got off my job. I'm very well versed with street gangs, street cultures, and street smarts and the nuances of all that, and I have made it to be, you know, in my 30s. But I'm not, you know, the older I get and the further I look back on it, that shit is real. It is. I would never downplay any of that shit. And the older that I get, I'll be looking back like, damn, like, I'm lucky. And where I'm from, they actually have street code. You know, niggas like Chicago, that's another thing. You know, they don't really have a lot of street code out there because there's so many young niggas, the new generation. All the OGs are locked up or dead. And you got them little niggas in Chicago who, like, don't tell me what the fuck to do. You know, niggas will pop you just for trying to, you know, do a peace treaty between, you know, different gangs and shit. Or you got niggas that'll kill a nigga for trying to solve or trying to squash a beef because they want to shoot and kill. Like, I have seen it. There have been niggas that have been killed in Chicago for trying to literally keep the peace. And there were niggas who did not want that to happen because they wanted to kill. They wanted to take over a block to so they can start slanging over all that shit. You ain't even had gotta, you know, bang on somebody or had did something to one of their homies for them to kill you out there. You got niggas out there, young niggas out there and they don't even try. Like, there's niggas out there that'll shoot you knowing they're gonna get caught and have already been, like, you know, like, for example, a lot of niggas under there who are under 18 will know that they won't get, since they changed the Constitution, the Supreme Court made it to where you can't give a life sentence or an adult sentence to someone under 18. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was somebody in Chicago who took that to the Supreme Court that got that overturned. I might be wrong about that one part about it may have been the first person to do that in Chicago, but regardless of what, you have young niggas under 18 out there in Chicago who be doing certain crimes knowing that the least they can do is, 20 years, and then that's probably going to get chopped on down to 15 and maybe, I've seen it. So, I don't, there's nothing to brag about to me. Now, I'm not scary, and I know my hood, sometimes that be the best place to get your food at and shit, and sometimes you got, I'm not above that, and I still be, in the block and be popping my shit and, be hanging out and shit, but at the end of the day, though, the only places that I know I'm gonna be good. I definitely, now when I was younger, I would be up in anybody's hood. I didn't give a fuck. Like, when I was younger, even me being from LA, you don't just be, I would not tell anybody that's not from somebody's hood, not to just be in a hood. See, the thing about LA is that you may be from different blocks, but the way I was thinking, I still know LA culture, I still know LA street life. And just knowing that will put you in a better position than somebody who just stick out like a sore thumb. Because if people see the bitch in you, they will exploit it. That's why some people get robbed, right? Have you ever met somebody and, they always getting robbed and shit? I'm talking about stuck up. Like, you be like, how the fuck, nigga, how you always getting robbed? How somebody always, bust you inside your head and snatching your shit? Because they look like the type of nigga that'll get robbed and probably won't put up a fight. They attract that type of energy. Like, these are predators. I have been in situations. I'm not talking about being stuck up, but I'm talking about just in the vicinity or hanging with a certain type of people that have, hit licks or have done things that, as an adult looking back is fucked up. And I've seen it go down from both sides. And I've seen how they look for people. I've just seen how they get down. And, it's good for my end because now I knew how to carry myself. Like I said, I'm black and I'm gay. Okay, and I'm effeminate. I'm not like the kind that can, be trying to pretend that I'm not gay. So I had to know how to carry myself in order to not, because no matter how I acted, though, I never had somebody try me. Because where I'm from, hell, especially, so we don't have to do story times. I ain't gonna get into all that, but long story short, though, where I'm from, niggas is like, look, at the end of the day, we all fucking crazy. We all know how to fight, and we all know people, and we all got shit. So, just because I was gay, it wasn't that didn't mean that I couldn't, stomp your ass out and all that shit, and there were times that I had to fight too, just because shit, I fucking had to, or I had to shit. There's fight videos and shit out there of me digging niggas in the ground and shit, dragging their ass from the rooter to the tutor, but I would never connect myself to them because I'm not proud of that. And ain't not one of them did I get my ass whooped on. I got videos out there of me dropping niggas, for real, beating their ass into a bush. Okay, them screaming. I didn't record it or anything, but hell, it was me or them. Good night, boo-boo. But, all these things I pass on to myself. When I have my little cousins and my future kids. And my husband, too, because he's a total opposite of me. And he don't have no street smarts at all. He just looked like, that's why I don't be letting him go nowhere certain times, because he just looked like somebody that you would rob. And he's so gullible and try and give everybody, talk to everybody, give everybody a chance. I be telling him, he type of nigga, every time we go somewhere at night, you know, people walk up to the car and shit. He want to roll the window down and shit. I had to bust him side his head a few times. Don't roll no motherfucking window down, especially no, don't do it. But hello, like, you know, don't do that shit while I'm in the motherfucking car. First off, I don't give a damn. Let them be cold, hungry. I don't care. I don't care. Don't roll this window down while we safe up in our shit. And now you hear this motherfucker come knocking, and here you come, you know, letting the goddamn guard gate down over here, deactivating the command code in the fucking force field, and then made us vulnerable to this motherfucker right here. Don't do that shit. But furthermore, it's like, damn, I could just imagine when I'm not around and they see you by yourself, and then you rolling the window down. Which one, K Chanel? Anyway, let me go. I done got the rambling, but y'all hit the like button on the way out, or I'm gonna send some people. I'm gonna send the folks to your house, and I'll be back later on tonight. Message me, Kate, and tell me which one to check. All right, y'all. Peace out. Love y'all. Be safe. Lock the doors. Check the blinds and everything, and we out.